Hey there, artsy friends. Welcome to my second composition notebook art journal series. So this page I'm doing is called Nostalgic Collage. So I am getting to the end of my book and it's so thick that I am going to flip a page so that it's a little bit easier to work on a flat surface. Ta-da! So composition notebooks are stitched together, and so they hold up really well on the spine. If you haven't seen the beginning of this series or how I prepped the book, I did remove some pages to avoid over bulkiness, and then I do glue pages back to back. So they're almost all of them are doubled up. A few of them I didn't bother because I knew I was going to be doing quite a bit of collage on them. So here in this video I am, ooh, look at that, I got brand new Mod Podge. My last Mod Podge lasted forever, like years. I'm just gonna collage book pages for the base layer of this page. So I'm a little bit out of it. I have actually been camping for 10 days with about 300 other people. We do it every fall. It's called the Feast of Tabernacles. It's a holiday in the Bible. Anyway, so all the packing leading up to that, and then all the unpacking and laundry. So I've been kind of out of my artsy routine for about 2 weeks. And I actually did this page before I left. So now I'm just finishing the editing to get it out to you. And I can't wait to get back to my art journaling. It'll be interesting to see how my brain works after having kind of a break, because I feel like I operate a lot on momentum in a lot of areas of my life. And when I get going in a certain routine or, get my creative juices flowing, usually by the time I'm finished with one page, I'm already thinking about the next. So I've kind of taken a break from that for the last few weeks. So we'll see what my brain comes up with next. Have you guys ever had to do that where you've had a lot of a time away and then kind of getting back into it? Did you jump right back in and it was like riding a bike, easy peasy, or did you kind of struggle to get your creative mojo back? So it's fun for me to read your comments when I ask questions and hear your replies. So feel free to leave a comment. My YouTube channel is still pretty small at this point, so I read all the comments and try to get back to you guys right away. I appreciate your support. If you like hanging out with me, be sure to subscribe. Okay, my page is completely covered in collage, so I am just gonna trim it. I did let it dry before I started trimming off the edges. You can always leave it hanging off too. Some people really like that rugged, rustic kind of raw edge feel. Okay, so one thing a lot of art journalers like to do is use magazine clippings in their collage work, and I haven't done a lot of it, but I had these things cut out from back when I was teaching the kids art journaling class, and that was one of the pages that we did. And so I had cut out some various things. And so I wanted to challenge myself to try to use them. I don't know what it is about like images of like people I don't know, or like, I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just haven't really experimented a lot with it and kind of struggle to like choose what to choose to cut out and what to collage and what to do. I don't know. But I found this magazine which had a lot of kind of retro, nostalgic 70s, 80s and beyond. So I decided to kind of make that my theme. Okay, I had to do this green crock pot. It totally took me back. I don't know if I'll have to ask my mom if we had one just like it. I remember having a crock pot. I don't remember if it was this, 70s green or not, but I love it. And then I read this: the Sabbath stews that Jewish cooks left overnight is what led to the invention of the crock pot. And as someone who tries to rest on the Sabbath and not work, I do some cooking, but it's always nice if I have a meal prepped ahead of time. So I thought, oh, fun fact. Okay, so I kind of like having the crock pot just coming off the page. So I sliced it and put the little retro there. Okay, so I'm just rearranging things, and I'm purposely trying to not over edit this phase because I know when I'm trying to see what people are doing, like especially with collage, I go, how did they arrive at their conclusion? You know, and a lot of it is just moving it around, moving it around. What about this here? What about read that there? And then I came back to it. As you can see, everything is kind of rearranged. And then I clipped out a few more things. And here I tried to get it back to where I thought I wanted it. And then it's like the next day. And I don't know if I'm going to use Ronald Reagan. And this scene with the like the World's Fair just seems to be too big. Do I want to put this little airplane? I mean, if I put him on the left, he's kind of flying off the page, but is that okay? And then I had all these little mini magazines of Handyman, which I remember having around the house. So I'm going to put some things aside that I'm not going to use. And now I'm going to look for some more. I have this Finger Plays book. This is like in a 60s children's book. So I was flipping through looking for perhaps some quotes or something that would encapsulate my childhood reminiscence. So that bunny with the green eyes kind of looks a little scary. Doesn't he look possessed with like glowing green eyes? Oh. And then here's another book that has some kind of nostalgic old. Now, I was born in 76, so but a lot of these things were around when I was a kid. They might not have been published when I was a kid, but they were around for sure. Dr. Seuss. So I don't know if these are like who's or things. Like sometimes Dr. Seuss gives his creatures names. I think they look like, I don't know, thing one and thing two, but they don't have their thing. So maybe they're from the thing species, or maybe the who species, or maybe the sneeches. Maybe they're sneeches without stars upon theirs. Do you know what I'm talking about? So I cut out Where's Thumpkin because I remember playing that as a kid. And so now I'm going to look again at another children's book to see what I can come up with. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. This porridge is just right. Oh, I have to do the Little Red Hen because even though I don't remember it that much as a child, I have referred to it so many times as an adult when I'm like working on something and then somebody comes along and's like, oh, can I benefit from all your work? But even though I didn't really want to help you do all the work. Okay, I figured at this point you don't want to watch me fussy cut another element of my collage. So now I am starting to glue down my pieces, starting with the back and working my way forward. Everything is all glued down, but I'm going to use these oil pastels to create some mark making. So I feel like it's just, there's not enough depth or something's missing from the page. So I want to keep going. I have a tendency to want to keep going when I can, but some of the negative space of the background page just was asking for more. And I haven't done a lot with these oil pastels. They're kind of like crayons, but are super saturated color. They're a little bit greasy. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just playing around with them. That's the fun of art journaling, is you can kind of just play with things. Well, that's it, friends. I hope that you enjoyed watching my process of my nostalgic collage page. I hope that you are inspired to go make some art and that you come back and hang out with me again. Have a blessed day.